Hello and a very warm welcome back to the Prairie View Cricket Complex. Action continues here on day 2 of Houston Open 2025. It's a cloudy, blustery day. We've had some rain, but now it looks like the wind has blown the clouds away a little bit. And we are ready for a prompt start for game 2 here on this field. Atlanta Fire taking on the Samadri. Steven Taylor is getting ready to take strike. Atlanta Fire won the toss and they chose to bat. Knight Riders United. Another formidable lineup. Jesse Singh with the ball in hand. Two USA stars going head to head. Rajdeep Derbar is the other opener for Atlanta Fire. Jesse Singh starts off with a wide. Difficult to control the new ball because, as you can see on your screens, it's pretty strong wind. Lahiro Milanta behind the stumps for the Knight Riders United. Nicely played. Steven Taylor gets off the mark. Rajdeep Derbar is another formidable batter. Atlanta Fire obviously won their first game. So did Knight Riders United. Top of the table clash. Samadri lost their game yesterday. So in a 4-group situation, you have very little margin for error. Firmly struck straight to the fielder. Interesting to see Usman Rafig in a new role this year. He's a player coach, so he's heavily involved in playing affairs, and also he's looking after the coaching side of things as well. Played a very good knock yesterday. Neatly glided away. It will run away. Wrong line from Jesse Singh. And Rajdeep Derbar was quick to points on it. Down the leg side. And neat tickle there. Nicely played. It may not have enough legs. The fielder can come around and pick it up inside. Couple of runs for Rajdeep Derbar.
थोड़ा उधर होगा, थोड़ा थोड़ा.
9 runs already. A Stephen Taylor cover drive. It's an absolute picture all along the carpet. That is a great finish to the first over. Atlanta Fire got off to a rollicking start. 13 for none. Looks like it's going to be Usman Rafig.
Quite a bit of story about Usman Rafig as well. Made a comeback to the national colors 5 or 6 years after he first represented the USA.
Rajdeep Derbar goes through. This is another boundary. Floated up in the air and too close into the hitting arc.
That was thrash, isn't it? Coming back to Usman Rafig.
His seat was flighted and it really just landed at a half volley length. You're talking about Usman Rafiq's story. I was just mentioning that it's a new role for him here now. Player coach. He's looking after the coaching side of it as well.
Yeah, coming back to his comeback to the national team after 6 years through the sheer weight of his performances in the minor league and some extenuating circumstances in his personal life as well, where he lost his wife due to cancer. But he was day in and day out taking 6 wicket hauls in the minor league. That's what prompted his comeback to the national team at the age of 36.
He looks pretty fit though, and definitely strength of character that has seen him through those difficult times. This wicket certainly has produced more runs in the competition, and early doors you could see that the batters are feeling a bit free.
It's been a batter's delight.
Completely opposite to the field just behind us.
Stephen Taylor has been out of the reckoning for the national team for considerable amount of time now. He's still 31. It's a lot of years of cricket under his belt.
He started off so young that he feels like he's been here forever. Once again short, and Derbar is not in a mood to spare anything. Set up very nicely for him, short of length. He allowed the ball to turn and then pick his spot.
Erred on the shorter side as well. And Derbar was quick to rock back and swiveled a pull shot to the right of the long leg fielder.
Yes, one boundary of a fuller delivery through the offside, shorter delivery on the onside. It's the captain's nightmare. Sometimes you have a field set, and if you get hit in that direction, the captains don't really mind. But it's really difficult to control when you start to err on both sides of the wicket. It's better. Quicker through the air, put it on a length. 2 overs done. Atlanta Fire 23 for none.
An enigma, such an enigma, Stephen Taylor.
Interesting story indeed. Started off so young, so talented. Call is for 2. They'll get around easily.
Harbored ambitions of actually representing West Indies in the test matches, in the test match format. Did go and play in the regional Super 50 and the first class competition for Jamaica in the West Indies. Traveled the world plying his T20 skills on the circuit.
Yeah, he was in Bangladesh earlier on with the Rangpur Riders, a franchise that is part owned by the owner of Atlanta Fire. Is there an injury there? That throw was from very close proximity. Did it hit him on the wrist? The reaction of the players will suggest that it's pretty serious. Joshua Trump, you can have a look with hands on heads, and Imran in pain.
I think it's the nail.
You might get a chance to have a look at it again, because that ball didn't go too far. And the throw came in from like 15, 20 minutes, 20 meters out.
Can we hear the replay?
He wasn't even looking. It struck him at the back of the hand, I think just under the wrist, the bony part. Have a look again. Is it that left arm from the... Oh, just above his hand on the wrist. That could be painful. As freakish as it can get.
Seems to be in a lot of pain.
We were talking about Steven Taylor earlier and his USA career, but yesterday we were discussing that so much talent is at the disposal for USA. Talking to Hemant Dua earlier as well, and they were all just so glad that there is such competition for places.
Steven Taylor, I have a few words for him, and that'll wrap his personality uh, and his character and his cricketing repertoire in a nutshell. Maverick, uniquely talented, and controversy's favorite child.
He's maverick, no doubt, and he's uniquely talented. I've seen some of his best knocks up close and personal. So yeah, I agree with that. And the third bit, he might agree, argue with it, but
No,
coming from you,
yeah.
I really, I think you hold a weight in that. is a good start. Stephen Taylor. But Rafig Derbar has really been the form man in this inning so far. Over number 4, but to begin. Still spin from this end in the power play. Imran Rafig bowled the first over. Raza Hassan now, former Pakistan international. It's going to bowl to Stephen Taylor. Probably they brought Usman Rafig in because of Taylor. Better matchup with the off spin. Raza Hassan starts off with a string delivery down the leg side. Eluded the wicketkeeper as well. Couple of runs there will be added to the wide. So the good start continue for Atlanta Fire.
And they're continuing with the spinning option, despite Usman Rafiq being planted around by Rashid for a couple of.
Well, it gets better and better for Atlanta Fire. Now Raza Hassan is under pressure. Rajdeep Derbar is really looking in sparkling form. Delicately played off his stumps. A little bit of risk involved, but good reward. Raza Hassan once again quicker through the air. 8 runs of his first 2 deliveries. He's gotten off to a very expensive start.
It's a quick single. Wants to come back for the second, but neatly fielded by Mr. Singh. Raza Hassan is completely unidentifiable from his time with the Pakistan team.
Yeah, he used to be skinny and tall, but he's put on some weight, trying to resurrect his career.
I still remember the way he cleaned up or pinned Shane Watson in front in one of the quarterfinals for the 2012 T20 World Cup.
Yeah, he got David Warner and Shane Watson in 1 over inside power play with the new ball.
13 years back. 13 full years back.
Exactly, and at that time everyone was so excited about his talent. He had so much of a potential. Taylor goes big. Very handsome as well. And the result is absolutely brilliant.
That's his release shot, isn't it? Plays that lap come sweep shot. A
Check, 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 check. Check.
64 for none after 5 overs. Runs continue to flow here as Atlanta Fire has really got off to a blistering start. Steven Taylor, 17, has been outscored by Rajdeep Derbar. You don't often see that. For
That's
that
an
you can
anomaly, isn't it?
exactly. You have to imagine that how well Rajdeep Derbar has played to have outscored Steven Taylor.
Has had the lion's share of strike as well. The way he got stuck in the spinners, Usman Rafig and Raza Hassan. Five overs, 64 for none. It's quite an impact Rajdeep Derbar has created on the game already.
Absolutely. Now the sun is out. Plenty of blue sky. Plenty of cloud as well. It's a mixed bag of clouds. There's some light clouds that are pretty high, but there's some dark clouds around as well. But good to see some blue sky and the sun. And the way the runs are flowing, looks like we're in for a high scoring game. Imran definitely has some of the best defensive skills as a bowler, especially at this level. And all of them will be needed in this run rush.
Yeah, they say this is the most targeted over, in the T20 format. The batters know that the bowling team will be out of jail for the next 14 overs. And this is the time to cash in.
Especially if you have all wickets intact. You're already scoring above 12. Definitely this is the over to target and not an easy feat for the bowler. This is a deep square leg for Steven Taylor. That's exactly where he was looking over his shoulder. And there is a long on just to the right of our com box. Imran pace on Yorker went through Steven Taylor. Lucky it wasn't in line with the stumps because the bat clearly was late coming down on this one. That's the deception that Imran has.
It's going to be a middle leg line, Faisal Shah, especially with deep square leg out. There's a change in field.
Now long on is coming in. He's done with the Yorker for this over. That would suggest because the fine leg is back and square leg is back.
Or is
Is
he
he
going to play a
looking
bluff?
into the pitch? Well, you could never know with these bowlers. They can play one trick too many. And we try to double bluff.
There's
Steven
only
Taylor.
a bluff, right? There's no double bluff.
Well, I'll come back to it, Smith Patel. I know you're a magician with words. I won't be caught out with that though. That went straight to that fielder at backward of square leg. Once again, it was pace on.
I've always wondered, why do commentators call it double bluff? It's only a bluff. Because if he were to bowl a Yorker with mid on and mid off up, that's a bluff. It's not a double bluff.
What about both the fielders in and into the pitch? Something like that? Is that double bluff?
No,
I'm just...
that's not a double bluff. That's what you ought to do.
Onto the pads, flicked away. Rajdeep Derbar continues his majestic form here. Closing in on that 50.
Rajdeep Derbar hasn't done anything outrageous at all. Has stuck to playing to the merit of the ball. Just helps on its way to fine leg. Packs a punch for a diminutive character, Rajdeep Derbar.
He does, that's for sure. Straight to the fielder. Imran trying different things, trying to get through this over. The damage has been minimal considering the way the innings has gone. Just the 7 of the over. 71 for none after 6 overs for Atlanta Fire.
71. 71. 71.
If you were to look up Faisal Shah on Cricinfo, there'll be a first-class game attached to his name. 2 first-class games, my bad. Every cap counts.
Yeah, it does. I cherish them more now than I did when I played.
And so was Chahat Fateh Ali Khan.
Yeah, that's a stark comparison. Yeah. Who's that gentleman, by the way? Well, I've got 5 List A games as well. Mr. Cricket, I start calling you Mr. Cricket. You're on top of all the records, all the latest articles, all the news, and some, because you dig news and stories out anyway, like we told our viewers yesterday. But this is the second time I've caught you out. Big shout there. Matthew Trump take the pace off and be very particular with his lines and lengths. On this wicket, the margin for error is very small for the bowlers. She's trying to reduce my first class games by half. That's unacceptable.
Guilty as charged. So who are some of the big names that you played against or played with in your first class and List A? Not the club games, but your first class and List A.
I played alongside Waqar Yunus, where in the List A games that I played, he was trying to come back from injury, and his local region, Multan, didn't qualify for that event, so he came and played for Rawalpindi, where I played for. Short. Derbar really was eyeing a big square cut, missed out there. Could have been an opportunity to get to 50. So yeah, Waqar Yunus was on my team luckily, and I actually, keeping wickets, I took a few catches of his bowling as well. And after that tournament, he made his comeback to the Pakistan team. Later on in that year, he became the captain of Pakistan team and remained there for good few years after that until the 2003 World Cup. I'm talking about 99-2000, when I played alongside him. It's in the air, but forget about that because it's going out of the park, and that's 50 for Rajdeep Derbar. The Atlanta Fire team, the dugout, are up on their feet. This has really been a swashbuckling knock from the diminutive right-hander. Well played.
Was just waiting on it, isn't it? Was waiting for the right ball to pounce on. Just put it away. 4 dot balls didn't perturb him at all. As we mentioned in the last over as well, plays according to the merit, and he knows at this level there'll be a ball or two that's going to be a bad ball, and is banking on his game to put those away.
Again, away from the hitting arc, kept slightly low on that occasion. 4 dots and a 6 and a single to close out over number 7, with 7 coming off of it. 78 for none.
Don't think Steven Taylor is going to be chuffed about that. He's been off strike for quite a while now.
Well, when we spoke last time, Rajdeep had 19 and Steven Taylor had 11 deliveries. And now Rajdeep has 29 and Taylor has 13. So he's not seeing much of the strike, the big man.
Likes the spotlight to be on him, Steven Taylor.
Oh, he does.
Has
That's
had
the
to power share in this innings.
that's the demeanor that he carries. He's just like a tiger in the cage at the moment because he's still at the non-striker end. This has gone in the air against the wind. Well judged, brilliantly taken. Matthew Trump with the catch and Raza Hassan with the wicket. They needed that breakthrough. The Knight Riders United finally break through the opening partnership, and Rajdeep Derbar is the man dismissed.
Much to the respite of Steven Taylor. But we were actually at a good vantage point to actually see the catch and how well Joshua Trump adjusted on that catch. The ball was whirling, the ball was swirling, and he had to keep his boys on the ball all the time because there's quite a bit of breeze over here.
And well, look at this. It went high in the air, and as Trump was lining this up at this stage, his cap fell off and rolled right in front of him because the wind was taking it away from him, anxiously waiting. All the players, we might catch a glimpse of Trump coming underneath the ball. This is the time where he was adjusting according to the wind. There you go. Final couple of strides. Very assured. Never looked like dropping it. And Raza Hassan takes the wicket. This good piece of cricket there from Knight Riders United. And
how many of our viewers know that Josh Trump and his twin brother Matthew Trump always score the same grades?
Oh, that is some fact.
Are able to lift the same weights?
Oh,
Are
okay.
able to sprint at the same pace? Two piece in a pod.
But they're not twins. Or are they?
No, they are twins.
They are twins. Wow. I knew quite a few facts about twins. I didn't know this much in terms of cricket. But wait on. Do they score same amount of runs? Take same amount of wickets? Come on now.
Well, one's a batter and a keeper, other one's an all-rounder, so why not
cricket
let
has
them open? Why not let them open and find out?
Cricket has differentiated between the two because otherwise they're inseparable.
Yeah, as I mentioned in my article as well, two piece in a pod.
Aaron Jones is into the crease. Aaron Jones, who can forget this name? Talk about the World Cup last year. I have to be honest though, I've seen a lot of Aaron Jones over the years. And going into that World Cup, he was really struggling to keep his place in the squad. That series against Bangladesh, as Taylor nips this one into the gap for a single. That series against Bangladesh, he got really under pressure for his spot because he couldn't score runs, couldn't score quick enough. He came to bat against that game in Canada. His world changed.
I'm never a believer of occasions make men. I'm a believer of men make occasions. You know, the way he put up his hand. Against arch rivals Canada, and the way he finished, well, almost
Against
finished off the
Pakistan.
game against Pakistan was simply astonishing.
You know one thing about Aaron Jones as he gets another run, you would not meet a nicest man than him. He's just so humble, and sometimes you feel like something big was destined for him at the biggest of stages. I've never seen Aaron Jones bat the way he did against Canada, and I can say that I've seen a lot of his batting over the years. That was something very special. Taylor goes one-handed straight into the lap of the fine leg fielder. Another breakthrough, and Taylor hit that ball into the wind. The swirling wind helped it carry to the fielder. Taylor had to take one hand off as he couldn't reach to the pitch, but he still went through with the shot. And he has to be dragged out of the park because he just simply cannot believe what he's done.
Never really looked in, isn't it? A stop and start innings. He fell to his favorite shot, the slog sweep shot that he employs so very well. Men like Stephen Taylor dive by the sword and live by the sword.
Taylor is probably saving his best for later on in the tournament because he's a big occasion player. Walks back for 19 today. 2 wickets in an over for Knight Riders United. Henchard Hamilton is the new batter. Glorious cover drive from Aaron Jones, one of his favorite strokes. Slight fumble will allow him to come back. Knight Riders United cannot afford to make such mistakes in the field. They are on a bit of a comeback trail after those 2 wickets. 2 new batters. Aaron Jones with just 4 deliveries and Henchard Hamilton hasn't faced one yet. Flowing drive once again from Aaron Jones, this time straight to Jesse Singh. Pulled away, excellent effort in the deep, brilliant work. That's the kind of effort that Knight Rider United need in the field. Gets a good round of applause from his teammates and the bowler. Very well appreciated. Left hand, right hand combination in the middle. Hamilton brings the bat down quickly. Good delivery from Matthew Trump. .71 was the score after 6 overs at the end of the power play. 71 for none. Since then, 2 wickets have come and 3 cheap overs. Attempted slow delivery went wrong. Lahiru Milanta, the wicket keeper. Neatly worked away off the wrist. Aaron Jones will come back. Yet another mistake in the field. This is brother Joshua on that occasion. Matthew is not impressed. 5-6 runs off the over. Have a look at that. Watch out for any bad bounce or just taking his eyes off. It's a very good outfield here, so no excuses there. 9 done, 87 for 2. Raza Hassan into his third over. Got 2 wickets in the last over. Knocks it into the gap. Aaron Jones running hard. Won't be able to come back for the second run. Ali Shik, the fielder. Beautifully bowled. Throws it up in the air, slows it down. And Henchard Hamilton felt like he had to wait for an eternity before the ball arrived. Beautiful loop and dip. Knocks it straight to the fielder. This is good stuff from Raza Hassan. Really good to see him back in the fold because he has so much talent. Can he still reinvigorate his career? The single there for Henchard Hamilton. Raza goes through his over very, very quickly here. Just the 2 runs off it. At the halfway stage, Atlanta Fire 89 for 2. Henchard Hamilton is really struggling to get off strike here. 3 of 7. Aaron Jones 6 of 9. This is a good phase for the Knight Riders United. Feel like Atlanta Fire needs to break the shackles here. Look at the strength of the wind there. That little roller just rolled down onto the pitch. The wind is so strong. Have a look at that. It takes two young, strong, fit athletes to carry through. All it took was a bit of breeze to roll it down the hill onto the pitch. Raza Hassan and Ryan Bagani helping out there. What's Henchad Hamilton thinking? He needs something short and wide. He ain't getting that just yet. Knocks it straight down the ground for a single. Henchad Hamilton, a couple of years ago, had a phenomenal time in the minor league cricket for Atlanta Fire before he made the move. It's a very strong breeze. Jesse Singh leading from the front. It's good work. Well, you could see that the pressure is building now on Atlanta Fire, and this is due to some magnificent disciplined bowling from Knight Riders United. Raza Hassan in particular. Matthew Trump is given him good support from the other end too. This time Jones get on it. Little short, but straight to the fielder. Yeah, boundaries have completely dried up since the departure of Stephen Taylor in particular. Henchard Hamilton is a strong hitter, square of the wicket, but he hasn't got any ball in his favourite area. This time knocks it into the gap, running hard, should come back for the second. Bit of a slow turn, but he'll be able to come back for the second runs. That has also broken the sequence of singles that these two have had for quite a while now. As they say, bowling in partnerships also work, and Raza and Matthew has formed a very good partnership. Once again Hamilton running hard, it's in the gap, but good ground coverage there from Ali Sheikh. Really read the plot and cut down on the angle very nicely. Another good over from Matthew Trump. 11 gone, 94 for 2. Raza Hassan will bowl through his spell. Hamilton just knocks it into the gap for a single. After that power play when Rajdeep Derbar was going, Atlanta Fire must have harbored thoughts of 200. They'll do really well to get up to 180, 190 from here. Nice flight. Brilliant bowling. He's bowling into the wind, Raza Hassan. Definitely not easy to control the flight. He's really put on a show today. Rolling back the ears. get up to that 180, 190, Atlanta Fire definitely would need at least a boundary in over from here on in. Haven't hit a boundary after Stephen Taylor's departure. Carves it away. Henchard Hamilton into the deep for a single. Ryan is the fielder. Dot ball to finish off. Brilliant spell from Raza Hassan. 2 for 24 in his 4. No, just 1 ball to go. Just 3 of the over. In the air and gone. Brilliant piece of bowling, and Aaron Jones will have to take the walk back. Jesse Singh with the catch. Raza Hassan with his 3rd wicket. And that's really put an icing on the top, because Raza has bowled a brilliant spell and he caps it off with yet another wicket. 3 for 24 his figures read, and Atlanta Fire after 12, 97 for 3. Oberspinner is the new man in. And Chad Hamilton, having used up 12 deliveries and having lost Aaron Jones just recently, really will have to take the initiative to get the scoreboard moving. Allow Oberspinner just a little bit of time, because this is a crucial partnership. Finally gets one shot, Hamilton, but hits it straight to the fielder. Now the tall right-hander Overspinner will get a chance to take strike. Nice solid push off the back foot. Haven't seen many of those straight down the ground off the back foot. Overspinner off the mark. Just talking about Raza Hassan's spell. 3 for 24 of his 4 after having had the very expensive first over. Equal credit should go to Matthew Trump as well for his efforts. Noman Anwar couldn't prevent the single. 100 has been brought up for Atlanta Fire. They would have hoped to have achieved it a lot earlier after they were 71 for none after 6 overs. Took him another 6.5 overs to get to those 29 runs. Collected some damage along the way, 3 wickets. Solid thump down the ground. Ali Shik will keep the scoring to just a single. You have to give credit to the Knight Riders United because the boundaries have completely dried up. Run scoring has just been restricted to singles. Just an odd two here and there, but mostly singles with plenty of dots in between. This over, in fact, hasn't seen a dot, which is Atlanta Fire would like to see that. They would want to cut off those dots, but they would want some boundaries as well. So the last boundary came in 7th over. This is a spell of almost 6 overs without a boundary. That is incredible. Pina will get a single. Good view of how good this outfield is. The carpet-like outfield here at Prairie View Cricket Complex, allowing the fielders a perfect opportunity to do well in the field, throw themselves around as well. The thick, lush green grass. Another boundaryless over has come to an end. 13 gone, 103 for 3. A forced change. Usman Rafig back at the bowling crease after Raza Hassan finished his spell. That straight hit is against the wind, so he has some protection. Good fielding. Jesse Singh has really been at the forefront. Skipper leading from the front in the field. Where's the boundary coming from? Obaspina running hard. Probably not a chance there. Henchad Hamilton is not the swiftest of movers. Henchad Hamilton against spinner is a strong player down the ground as well, but he hasn't got any opportunity yet. He'll be a brave man to try and clear the fence into this very strong wind. Again, this held up in the pitch a little bit. It was short. Hamilton was shaping up for that big booming pull shot. The ball never arrived. Solid front foot block from Obaspina. Ooh, that one straightened down the line, almost a leading edge. Usman Rafik with a good over so far, just the 2 singles. Shot pulled away. Finally that boundary has came, and this has gone all the way. Usman Rafig dragging one shot, and Overspinner was waiting for the opportunity. He really climbed into that. A much needed boundary, and a boundary after 7 overs for Atlanta Fire. 111 for 3 after 14 overs. Spoiled for choices is skipper Jesse Singh for Knight Riders United. Brings himself back on. We haven't seen the spin of Ali Sheikh today. I think he bowled only 2 overs for memory yesterday. Strong wind. You could see the pictures as well. And the bails had been blown away. I wonder if the umpires carry 2 sets of bails like they do in England on a blustery cold day. One set is significantly heavier than the other, so that they don't disturb the play. For now, Jesse Singh is ready to bowl to Chad Hamilton. Starts off with a wide. Two very expensive overs up top for Jesse Singh. He was at the receiving end of some punishment from Rajdeep Derbar. Round the wicket to left-handed Hamilton. The exchanges have been well in favour of the bowling side after the power play, so Jesse Singh can look to improve on those figures. 30 runs so far of his 2.1. If you imagine that only 42 runs have come in the 8 overs after power play. In that context, if you look at Jesse's figures, he's gone for 30 of 2.1 to be precise. Matthew Trump is rolling over after fielding that ball. Did he twist his ankle or something? That's the signal he's making. Hobbling away. I think he's going off the park. Substitute is in. That's the second casualty in terms of substitutes, because you can see Imran is out of the park already. The treatment table looked pretty busy there for the physio. Have a look at it again. In the follow through, didn't see anything up until that point, but he's off now, Jesse Singh. And Chad Hamilton, 17 boundary-less deliveries for him, make him 18. He has all the ability in the world to catch up with the strike rate, there's no doubt about it. But sometimes when you get into that kind of stranglehold, it's very difficult to break does need a boundary or two to break that. Just free himself up for the big onslaught towards the end of the innings. Still prepared to just knock the ball into the gaps. He was running hard, but over spinner wasn't interested for the second. Jesse Singh not happy. He wanted the fielder to throw the ball at the keeper. Came very awkwardly on the bounce to Jesse Singh. Misses out on a big hoik there. Over spinner. Pretty sure the frustration will be growing. Good over from Jesse Singh. Just the 3 off it. Needs to close out the over well, unlike Usman Rafig, who went for a 6 off his last delivery. The bails once again. Over spinner is frustrated. He wants the umpire to take off the bails, because keep disrupting the flow of the game. Really struggling in his run-up. Jesse Singh coming into the win, never easy. But he still manages to close out the over. A good one, just 3 runs off it. 15 gone, 115 for 3. Well, we were talking about Ali Shik in the previous over. He's got the ball in his hand now. He'll be bowling into the wind. Same direction as what Raza Hassan was bowling. Ali will have to go himself. Did that just to create enough doubt in the batter's mind to go back for the second run. Good work. Change of field now. Jesse Singh coming over for the right-hander now into that hole and in the covers. Still want the sweeper to stay out. Strong shot, but Noman Anwar is placed there, wide of long off. Unless Atlanta Fire has really reassessed what is their target, they've really had made no attempt to disrupt the flow of the bowlers. They've allowed them to bowl at them. Henchard Hamilton has done that since the beginning of his innings. A little fumble from Noman. Good coverage there from the fielder behind him. No urgency in the running. No attempt or any enterprise in the approach for the batters. Like I said, as long as if they know what they want to get, and it's not very extravagant because they haven't made any attempt. Through the covers. Brilliant work in the deep. Excellent work there. And this is the kind of fielding that's really put pressure. Rahman Dar, really a live wire. He came to the rescue of Noman Anwar on the previous delivery. Tidied up after his fumble, as this one has been swept away by Overspinner. Just a single. 6 of the over of the 5 deliveries. No boundaries yet. This is Rahman Dar. Brilliant bit of work. Superb fielding. $121 for 3. What can Atlanta Fire get from here in the remaining 4 overs? Henchard Hamilton accumulating. Seven of the over from Ali Shik. 16 gone, 122 for 3. Well, this has been an innings of 2 halves, you would say. 71 for none after 6 overs. And another 51 run had been added in the next 10 overs. Can they finish off the innings the way they started, Atlanta Fire? 10 and over from here will take them to 162. Which will be pretty respectable total, but still would be short of what they would have thought after the kind of start they got. But from here to get 10 and over, they really have to take charge. And Henchard Hamilton, 22 deliveries, 18 run. Shot, a gift. That's his first boundary. Is that the start of the run rush? Henchard Hamilton finally gets one in his preferred zone, and he puts it away. Imran won't be very happy with that delivery though. That was the slow delivery. All went wrong in terms of line and length as well. Probably more so because of the line allowed Henchard Hamilton a free hit. This has gone up in the air and taken. Joshua Trump under the high ball. He judged it very nicely. And Henchard Hamilton looked like he was going to take charge. Hit his first boundary and lost his wicket right away. Gone for 22. Have to say that was there for the taking. Probably didn't time it as well as he would have liked. Right on the rope. Atlanta Fire now 126 for 4. Typical slow delivery from Imran. Matthews back on the park, still hobbling. Still hobbling from that ankle twist that he had earlier.
Sunny Patel.
I think he's gone off the field again. Matthew, or has he? Yes, he has. Strong strike. Sunny Patel couldn't go past Jesse Singh, who's been a live wire in the field, patrolling that extra cover position. Hardly ever you see fast bowlers fielding inside the ring, but he being the captain, he's really gone hold of that position. Nothing much has gone past him. Atlanta Fire fresh from a sensational victory yesterday where they defended 109. This is a different looking surface though. He's got hold of that. All right. Rahman Dar can turn around and look at that ball sail into the woods. This is a massive hit. And I'm sure there will be a ball hunt now. Imran continues to be expensive. Boundary of the first delivery, and now Overship tonks him away into the dense woods there. Rahman Dar very early doors knew that he wasn't in the game. Well, good ball follow can help him find that ball, because our cameraman got it right down till where it bounced. And terrific strike. So boundary and a 6 makes 11 runs off the over so far. 133. Atlanta Fire would love to get up to that 150 as soon as they can and see where they can get from there. 19 deliveries left in the innings. Another strong blow, not quite off the meat. Noman Anwar, they won't take a chance on his arm. Gone. Atlanta Fire 134 for 4. Carved away by Overship. Yet another boundary. Atlanta Fire has finally woken up 2 in the previous over and 1 at the beginning of this over. Always good as a batting side to get the boundary of the first delivery, because that really can put the bowlers under pressure. Now Ali will be looking to get out of this over cheaply. And it's that man over spinner again. Very close, very, very close. It's looking to back away and cut that ball. There's no one deep on the offside, so all he needs to do is get through the infield to get more than one. Goes for the reverse, hits it straight to the fielder. Right choice of shot, you'd have to say, but the placement wasn't there. It's a good comeback from Ali. A boundary followed by 2 dots. Hits it straight down the ground. It will run away. No man on one, no chance. It's a powerful blow off the back foot. That's the kind of stroke that has come into the game more and more. Messrs. Honor Clausen. He's the past master of doing that. Generally, he hits them for 6s of that kind of length. 4 would do for Atlanta Fire. They've gotten over the 140 mark now. Chance at the non-striker and directed. Ali Sheikh was in the game, but couldn't hit the stumps. He had all the 3 stumps to aim at. Just 10 yards out. Pina was making quick strides, but he was off the back foot when he played that stroke. Sunny Patel leading edge, but will get a run to make it a 10-run over for Atlanta Fire. 18 gone, 144 for 4. Twelve deliveries to go. 2 big, tall lads in the middle. Sunny Patel and Overspinner. Overspinner strike rate is improved, 31 of 22. Sunny is on strike. Now this is the contest now. Overspinner with his eye in. 11 deliveries to go in the innings. What areas he can target. Third man and fine legger up in the ring. Will he try an audacious ramp or loop? Or will he go with the wind straight down the ground? He does exactly that. Fetch that, Jesse Singh. It was right in the slot. And it has been dispatched. What a strike. Have a look again. Worth having a look. Look at that free-flowing swing. Beautiful swing, you have to say that. The ball was there to be hit, but it got hit beautifully. Majestic strike. I mean, the balance and the poise whilst he was swinging at it was just phenomenal. Strong base and that golf-like swing of his bat really completed the whole 360 arc with that bat swing. 150 has been brought up now. Knocked him over. Tried to go for yet another one. This time the length was slightly pulled back. This is why Overspina was looking to drag it towards mid-wicket instead of going straight like he did in the previous delivery. Good comeback from Jesse Singh. He has had the last laugh. And Overspina has been dismissed for 37. Atlanta Fire 151 for 5. Need deflection, but good bit of work from Raza Hassan. It looks like it's Viraj Waghela. Yep. Unique shirt number 1. He made a decent contribution yesterday as well with the bat. For memory, I think he scored 15, which proved a valuable contribution in a low-scoring match. Sunny drags it across. The chase is on, but it went. Yet another boundary. Sunny Patel has really enjoyed that. Smashing Jesse Singh and having a fun moment as well after that. There was a little bit of camaraderie between these two. And although you can say in cricketing terms it was an ugly hoik, but Sunny Patel would not care one bit. And he made sure he let Jesse Singh know that. All in good spirits though. Good over for Atlanta Fire again. 12 of the over, 1 to go. 156 has started to look respectable. A single will make sure that Sunny Patel will keep the strike for the final over. Jesse Singh 1 for 44, 1 for 45 of his 4 today. After a difficult start, he made a good comeback. Atlanta Fire 157 for 5 with 1 to go. Straight down the ground. Once again, it will go over the fence. Sunny Patel joining in on the fun. And this is It's really turning out to be fun for Atlanta Fire. They really struggled between over number 7 till 16. But since then, they've come back to life. First it was over spinner, and now it's Sunny Patel, 14 of just 6. 163 for 5. 5 deliveries to go. Slower in pace. Well bowled from Ali Sheikh. Good comeback. The good thing is he's got the danger man off strike. Viraj in two minds. It looks like he wants to break free, but Sunny Patel is telling him he needs to put the ball in the gap and get him back on strike. And he hasn't been able to do that. Viraj Waghela. Sunny Patel getting frustrated at the non-striker end. He's helped it along. I don't think Sunny will come back for the second. Ryan once again doing good work in the field. So the contest resumes between Ali and Sunny Patel. 165 for 5 Atlanta Fire with 1 to go. $122 they were in 16 overs. So the last 4 overs so far has yielded 43 runs with 1 to go. This has gone straight up. Who wants it? Safe as houses. Good catch, Raza Hassan under the high ball. And that concludes the inning. Ali Sheikh gets his reward. He's gotten rid of Sunny Patel, but he did play a cameo. 15 of 8 deliveries. 165 Atlanta Fire and 166 will be the target for Knight Riders United. 71 runs came in the first 6 overs, 43 in the last 4, and only 51 in the middle 10. That is the time where Knight Riders United really put the brakes on and took the wickets as well. Very indifferent looking batting card. A good start at the top. Stephen Taylor played second fiddle to Rajdeep Derbar, who was in sensational form. Aaron Jones went cheaply. There was a bit of a partnership between Hamilton and Pienaar. Hamilton couldn't break free. He went for 22. Pienaar did strike a couple of lusty blows to get the innings back on track. 37 of 24. He played quite beautifully. And Sunny Patel, 15 towards the end, was also pretty handy. Outstanding bowling performance from Raza Hassan. 3 for 24. His return from his 4. Jesse Singh was quite expensive, 1 for 45. The skipper Imran Khan was also expensive, 1 for 29. And Ali Sheikh ended up getting the other wicket. He went for 25 of his 3. Well, an exciting run chase is on the cards when we do come back. 165 is what Atlanta Fire made. Knight Riders United will need 166 to secure their second win in a row. We'll be taking a short break now when we'll come back with the run chase just in a few minutes. You're on.
Looks like Kevin Cooper. So we welcome you back with the chase. Norman Anwar and Milanta out in the middle. It'll be Norman Anwar will be on strike. 166 is the target, so 166 from 120 balls. Kevin Cooper has been given the ball. Man comes out of Trinidad and Tobago, played CPL, was part of the Red Force for some time. And he's been given the ball, so we're all in anticipation of what could be a very interesting chase. Knight Riders have done well to restrict the fire up to 165. Here's the first ball, Kevin Cooper. And ball goes down the leg side. And Knight Riders United, they're on their way. In the box with me, one of the best in the business, Shaw Faisal.
Thank you very much, Lenny, and a very good afternoon to all. Sun has come out, plenty of blue sky. We had some rain around, but it looks like it's gone, at least for today. An exciting run chase in the offing as Kevin Cooper gets ready to bowl to Norman.
So Norman Anwar comes down the track, charges Cooper, and doesn't time it too well, but they pick up a couple of runs first off the bat, and this time off the bat of Norman Anwar.
Yeah, Norman Anwar only knows one way to bat. Comes out of Sialkot in Pakistan, had a brief stint with the Pakistan national squad before he came over, decided to make a living here whilst playing cricket, and he's made good strides since. He's part of the Major League Cricket. Very attacking, very stylish batter.
So another wide send on here from Kevin Cooper and Shaw Faisal. When you look at Kevin Cooper, he was playing in the Caribbean at that time when the Red Force with Dwayne Bravo, Pollard, and that top Trinidadian team when they were at their peak. Kevin Cooper was part of that lineup around that time. So he's played top level cricket, Kevin Cooper. Ball eased into the onside and brings Milanta on strike for the first time.
Yeah, he looks like he's bowling well within himself. He did that even yesterday as well. Over the years, he's had a little bit of issues with his action. He's remodeling, and like we know that very few can get back to that kind of level after they remodel their action, but it's good to see him on the park and playing.
So Milanta comes into strike, and you get the feeling, Shaw Faisal, I know you and Manali on the other broadcasts were talking about the strength of the US team. Milanta has been knocking on the door, but it has really gotten so tougher in the last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And Smith Patel, one of our colleagues on the comms, did mention yesterday that there were no less than 70 first-class cricketers playing in the circuit in the United States. So there is so much backup for the national team, and that has really pushed the players who hold the spots to do better and get out of their comfort zones, and as a return, the performances of the national team has risen because everybody is looking to raise the bar, otherwise they will be out of sight. Someone like Stephen Taylor has lost his place in the team.
Oh, pulled away. Too easy for Milanta. And that has gone one bounce for 4. Too easy, too short. And not with enough pace. That's dispatch for 4.
Yeah, that length has been easy to dispatch. Really sits up. There's spongy kind of bounce here. Look, Kevin Cooper is quite tall. But Milanta got into decent position. And swashbuckling boundary for the left-hander. Milanta is looking pretty trimmed up and fit. Like I said, everybody has been pushed out of their comfort zones if they want to play at a higher level here.
Driven into the offside, finds Aaron Jones, it looks like. And Shaw Faisal, if Milanta, I know he's a top-class keeper, wicket-keeper batsman. bats at the top of the order. When you talk wicket keeping, you've got Manang Patel, you've got Andres House, you've got Shayan Jahangir already a foot in the door. So the over comes to an end. We'll continue that conversation. 9 for no loss. They're chasing 166.
You talk about wicket-keeper batters, and you look around the resources in a left-arm spin department. Spoiled for riches. There's so many of them.
And I know these days, what has been done with all the wicket keepers, it doesn't matter what you come, if you can provide runs with the bat, then we'll put your wicket keeping aside and we'll play you as a specialist batsman. That has really become the norm. You look at England cricket, for example, everybody in the middle order at one time. I remember a couple of years ago, Shah Faisal were wicket keepers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Stephen Taylor has been given the ball. And when you talk about Stephen Taylor, Shah Faisal, you really talk US cricket. You know, last week when they were in the Cayman Islands, I was looking up some stats, and you'd realize that Stephen Taylor, Netravalkar, and Manang Patel has played the most matches for the US combined in all three formats, in all two formats, ODI and T20 International and even T20, and they've really done well. Stephen Taylor with over 6,000 runs combined, Manang just about there, and Netravalkar with some 245 capped appearance for the US.
That's experience building up, and no wonder the results show, because there's definitely an upward curve in the results of USA national squad. They're sitting at the top of the Cricket World Cup League 2 table, a very competitive league. They're sitting at the top. They just won the North American Cup. They'll be playing the next T20 World Cup and the Olympics. It's a lot for these players to aim for.
Sliding down the leg side from Stephen Taylor, and let's get a little bit more local here, Shah Faisal. From since I know this Fire team, Stephen Taylor has been with them for so long.
He's a talismanic figure for this Atlanta Fire. He loves to be in that group of players and management. They allow him the kind of freedom that probably you'd say that Taylor enjoys. That's why he's produced the goods for them for a long time. And even if he doesn't, it seems like they don't really put him under any undue pressures.
So Stephen Taylor's bowled a tidy over so far. He's only given up one. Melanta driving into the offside, can't score. This has been a very good over here from Stephen Taylor. One off the first ball, and we've seen 4 dot balls.
Taylor is at his best when you can see that he's got a smile on his face. He's stress-free.
Oh, tucked away.
Ooh.
Can't be the man by the circle, and so that completes 2. 2 gone. 2 tidy overs here. 10 for no loss. So now the second over comes to a close. It's 10 for no loss. They need 156 from 108 balls. 10 without loss. So welcome back, 10 for no loss. Kevon Cooper bowled an over that conceded 9 runs. Shah Faisal, he's been given another one. Oh, smashed through the offside. No man move. Too short and too slow.
When no man hits him, no man moves. That was short and wide. It set up, and he really forcefully dispatched it. That was a great shot because he had to delay his downswing a little bit to adjust with the lack of pace here, and then slammed it down really hard in the air, but no one was catching that.
It's a couple of boundaries, one for Milanta, one for Norman Anwar. Now he comes down the track, gives Cooper the charge, and this one flat along the surface over the offside, and that has gone away for another boundary.
It's probably even better. Just skips away from the line of the ball to create that width. It wasn't there. It was right on that fourth off stump, but Norman created the room, freed his arms, and once again pierced the gap. 3-4 fielders on the offside in the ring, but he was good enough to get it through. Back-to-back boundaries. Norman looking good.
It's a ball defended here by Norman Anwar.
Yeah, that indifferent pace and bounce really troubled him.
Yeah, go. Yeah, thank you.
This one is on the other side of the wicket. That's where it makes really difficult for the captain to set the field when your bowler has been sent away on both sides of the ground. First square on the offside and then in front of square on the onside. Cooper under immense pressure.
Yeah, I got the feeling that Cooper is bowling too short, Shaw Faisal. Not the kind of pace that probably saw him in the red force side. Well, he was never an express fast bowler, but a bowler that really swung the ball, but bowling too short here. And he's been taken to across the rope a couple of times here from Norman Anwar. Very fluent batting from him.
Yeah, you call it right. The length was the problem, not the line, because the line was way outside the off stump. It allowed plenty of time to Norman Anwar to just drag it across. Obviously, it's power play, not much protection in the deep. Now fine leg is up. Fielder's back on the onside, just in front of square. Room on offer. Cooper doesn't know where to bowl to Norman Anwar, and this is a fiery start. Fourth boundary of the over. On all occasions, the length has been the problem. Once again, too short.
Yeah, too short from Kevon Cooper. Look at this one. This is baby ball for Norman Anwar. You're giving him all the freedom in the world, and he loves to pounce on anything loose. And that's another 4 easy runs there for Norman Anwar, and certainly the Knight Riders United.
Yeah, Norman didn't need to move his feet at all. Just threw the hands at it. There was so much room on offer.
And Shaw Faisal, you get the feeling that the good over by Stephen Taylor certainly not held up here by Kevon Cooper. 3 gone is 27 for no loss.
See those boundaries. This was the first one. Second one, probably the shot of the over for me. This one, he dragged it across on all 3 occasions. Look at those lengths. And this one was carted away. More room on offer. And Norman has got himself off to a brilliant start. And you talk about the over from Stephen Taylor earlier on in the game. We saw Raza Hassan bowl a magnificent spell. But then he was equally complimented from the other end by Matthew Trump. And although Raza got the wickets, but Matthew didn't go for many, and they forged a good partnership.
So Taylor, as expected, continues. Milanta picks up 1. For the first time in this innings, Naman Anwar will get a chance to face the off spinner, Stephen Taylor. We talked about the experience that Stephen Taylor has really brought to American cricket. It's been around a long time.
Started off so young. You feel like he's been here forever.
Ball driven straight back. Stephen Taylor does well to keep the ball in play, and Shah Faisal, and you would know this, started as a wicketkeeper batsman.
Yep.
And so off spin is something that he developed last 5 or 6 years. Oh, swung into the onside, going down the leg side. Anwar goes, and that's gone upstairs.
Wonderful strike. Noman Anwar is really feeling confident. After the previous over from Cooper, he was already moving in his crease, trying to put off Stephen Taylor. Once again, look at those movement of the feet. And then down on one knee. Got the right length. He's playing around with the line, but he's picking the right length as well for all these big strokes.
And Shah Faisal, we talk about the experience of Stephen Taylor, and I'll tell you where and why those experience comes in is that Taylor has played against all of these guys many times before. Down the leg side will be called a wide if it doesn't touch anything from the batsman. Running up towards fine leg. And we'll wait to see. Could be 3 wides here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, wicketkeeper Hamilton couldn't get hold of that. Taylor is ticking. That's 9 runs of the last 2 deliveries. Well, one legit delivery because the wide wouldn't count. So 10 of the over so far. This is a very strong reply from the Knight Riders United.
Oh, up and over, deliberately over the offside, and that has gone 1 bounce for 4 off the bat of Naman Anwar.
Well, Taylor doesn't want to bowl too straight because of that slog sweep. And when it's straight, Noman Anwar gave himself some room and throws his hands at it, up and over. This is a difficult shot to execute against the off spin, but he's done it fantastically. And it's very hard to stop him now, the kind of mood that he's in. There you go. He keeps going on and on. This time it was straight. He moved the other way around to help it on its way. This is a big finish to the over. 2 boundaries of the last 2 deliveries to go with the 6 earlier. 45, in fact 49 for none after 5 overs. 4 overs? Over. Well, 45 for none after 4 overs. The scoreboard will suggest a slight discrepancy at the end of the previous over. But funny, Samadri's now got the ball in his hand. And Atlanta Fire need his wizardry, his variations. Noman Anwar, 34 of just 13 deliveries. Out of those 4 overs, 1 over from Taylor was very quiet one. Nothing much came of that.
So Pani Samadri given the ball. Remember, Shah Faisal might have been 3 or 4 years ago bowler of the tournament in one of those minor league championship.
Yeah, he really causes a stir. Bit of a crash, bang and wallop at the other field as one of the balls has crashed into the walls of our com box. Everyone is safe, I can announce.
So a couple of wides of the bowling of Samadri. And I gotta say, the bowling from the Atlanta Fire has really been sort of like in discipline, Shaw Faisal. Several wides, bowling too short.
And consider that they were able to defend 109 yesterday. Samparmi was bowled out for 60 against them. They're being a bit too generous today, though.
So now Mananwar is gone quickly well. As you can see on your screen there, he's up to 34 from just 14 balls. 6 4s and 1 6 so far. And you get the feeling that Atlanta Fire has come here with a purpose. Shaw Faisal has been around local tournament for many years. The Atlanta Open is another one of their doing. And they've really been a good team over time. 48 for none.
Yeah, they've been a pretty good team. They've been there and thereabouts, but the big title has eluded them for last few years. The owner, Hassan Tariq, who's celebrating his birthday this weekend, really would love a gift from his side. The trophy would do very nicely for him.
And I'm pretty sure before the tournament ends, Shaw Faisal, he's a traveling man. I'm pretty sure we'll see him here in a couple of days.
He was here yesterday. He is in town. I don't know where he is today. I haven't seen him today. If he's around, he will come around and say hi to us.
This ball cut away into the offside. Good stop by the fielder. And inches them closer to a half century here. If you're 49 for none, they've batted well. In particular, Nauman Anwar, he has capitalized on some very loose bowling, especially from Kevon Cooper.
Well, if you look at the pattern of this game, Lanny, Atlanta Fire themselves, they were 71 in the power play without any loss. They were pegged back in the next 10 overs where no boundary came for 7 overs, and they lost 3 wickets as well. So
Wow.
there is a way back for them too. And here's the start of that. Fani Samadri is the man. Nauman Anwar, who was looking in fine form,
Cooper.
is yet another of those who was fooled by the variations from Fani Samadri. Kevon Cooper at short third grabbed hold of the catch, and Atlanta Fire has made the breakthrough. Slow delivery, went through with the shot quite early and easily taken by Cooper, much to the delight of Atlanta Fire. Knight Riders United 49 for 1. Joshua Trump is the new man in. Good work, excellent fielding. Once again, it's Cooper in the thick of things. Fani Samadri Very good over, just the 4 runs. And a wicket as well, 49 for 1. One delivery shy of this 5th over, and then one more over left before the power play is done and dusted. The wicket came at a good time for Atlanta Fire. Good finish to the over as well. Excellent one from Fani. Knight Riders United, 49 for 1 after 5. Pretty similar looking worms, and now the man of the match from yesterday's game has got the ball in his hand. Tall leg spinner Sunny Patel. Well, we got informed pretty promptly by Atlanta Fire owner Hassan that he's still around and he's near the dugout somewhere. One of our camera people can find him. And he's listening to the commentary, so Lenny, be nice to him.
It's a good thing we didn't talk any bad. No. So 49 for none. Stephen Taylor gives way to Sunny Patel. And even before yesterday, exploit with the ball, Shaw Faisal, you know Sunny Patel is one of the quality spinner in this country. The 50 comes up, and it comes up off a single off the bat of Milanta.
Yeah, Sunny Patel, he's got all the attributes of a top performer. He's tall. He's not your traditional conventional leg spinner. He's quicker through the air. He's got a sharp wrong gun. And if there is something in the wicket at his pace, it's really difficult to adjust as a batter.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen some local bowlers certainly imitating some of the international stars. And you look at Sunny Patel and he resembles a little bit Anil Kumble. You look at Junaid Siddiqui, he gives you a little bit of a freebie.
Absolutely.
And sometimes those things are intentional. Sunny Patel may have grown up at a time in which Anil Kumble might have been the exponent of leg spin in India. And what a better man to follow than those who have played at the top level.
Absolutely, what a great name you mentioned. Anil Kumble, and Sunny Patel, by the looks of it, has got all those attributes because he's tall as well. Generally, before Kumble, didn't see many leg spinners that were that tall, and he used his full height because his bouncing run up, that side on action allowed him to just release the ball from right over the top.
Short and pulled into the onside, could clear the ropes. Yes, it has. 6 off the bat of Milanta.
Yes, Sunny suggesting the wind took it over, but it was short. Good footwork though. Lahiro Milanta has watched Noman Anwar flay the bowling at all sides, and now, since Noman is gone, he decides to take the baton. Decent enough connection. Yep, there was some breeze that aided the ball go over the line, but he got a good chunk of it already.
Oh, edged and passes the man, a third man, and goes away for 4. So sometimes it doesn't matter how they come, Shaw Faisal, it's how much is added to the scorecard. 61 for 1.
Oh yeah, boundary and his 6. That really helps with the pace of Sunny Patel. There was width on offer. Shouldn't be any complaints from the bowler. Viraj Waghela took a couple of strides toward the ball, but with the pace, it was gone before he could pull in the dive. That is handy runs there for Knight Riders United.
So 12 off this over, certainly not a good one here from Sunny Patel. And viewers at home, we're talking about a man who picked up a hat-trick yesterday, Sunny Patel, known around the country for sure. Some more runs here. We'll have to wait and see if he got a tickle on to the ball, but if not, still another run in this over. And could be leg by. Well, in fact, no signal from the umpire, so that has gone away for a run. So the 6th over comes to a close. 62 for 1. So Samadri will continue, and why not? 1 for 4 in his first over. Shah Faisal got the big wicket of Nauman Anwar.
Yeah, Atlanta Fire also would love to string a bowling partnership together like we were just mentioning. Fani bowled a good over, but then Patel went for 15. It really took all the pressure off that Fani had built. They need to string a few overs together from both ends.
So 104 needed from 84 balls. In these days of T20 cricket, Shah Faisal, they say when you count it on like that, it's a little bit easier to understand. Flicked away, lovely shot from Melanta. Wants a couple of runs, but Joshua Trump certainly not interested. He ambled through and brings that equation down to 103 needed from 83 balls.
Generally, you would say that the modern day batters would be okay with the required run rate of 7.5, 8, even 9. But loss of wickets is something that derails most of the run chases. A couple of quiet overs, the run rate go up slightly, and then the wicket falls. That really complicate issues for the chasing team. This is what Riders United have to guard against, and this is what Atlanta Fire has to do. Make inroads to put pressure back on.
Yeah, a couple of good deliveries in this over from Pani Simhadri. A bowler that we have seen in the times that he's played here. He's really used the slow ball to great effect. Almost like a fast leg spin, Shah Faisal.
Yeah, indeed, he does have a quicker Yorker as well, but he disguises it so well that the batters just simply cannot line him up. And that's the key. You cannot premeditate against Fani Samadri, and you'd think that premeditation is an important part and parcel of this modern day batter, especially in the 20 over format.
So Melanta picks up another run. How important it is for players like Melanta, who are generally quick scorer, to always be on the momentum, and if that momentum is not coming, doesn't the frustration get them out?
It does actually. There's nothing worse for an attacking batter to just get stuck at the non-striker end and not get strike. Just get it for 1 or 2 deliveries every over. It feels like they're there for quite some time and they haven't felt the ball on the bat. It really makes them frustrated.
And you get the feeling not too many often you'll see Melanta 20 off 18 balls, but we're watching Trump on strike. Again, going down the leg side. I was just going to say this has been a very good over. Still a very good over. We've only seen 4. 1 ball will have to be rebowled.
If he gets through this without conceding a boundary. That last delivery was a strange delivery. He went very, very round arm, trying to tuck the batter up, not give him any room. Well,
So-
that wide didn't really cost anything because the dot ball to finish off Funny Samadri's over. He went for 4 of this over. 7 gone, 78 for 1.
So Stephen Taylor gets another spell. 2 overs, no min, none for 19. Shah Faisal, would this have been your choice if you were the captain? Stephen Taylor.
I think they brought him in for Lahiro Melantha because better matchup against the left-hander. Melantha looking over his shoulder to the onside. It'll be a difficult hit against the spin, although with the wind. Really frustrated Melantha. He feels he missed out there. There's nobody out there in the deep on the offside. Pace on offer from Taylor. Hits it straight to the fielder.
So ball cut away. Another single here from Melantha. I get the feeling that Melantha is not having things his way. He's still composed 23, 69 for 1. Nothing wrong with the approach here and certainly the chase. But we talked about these attacking players when they're not scoring a lot of boundaries. They may want to think that, well, they're simply wasting time out in the middle. But Shah Faisal, nothing wrong with this chase.
Yeah, you would feel the required run rate and only 1 wicket down. They're still in the game. But that's the phase of the game. Just after power play, swung away, and that will find the boundary. The matchup may work better against the left-hander, but against the right-hander, it is an opportunity to go big. And have a look at that. Slightly straight, too straight from Taylor.
There was a single.
Second delivery is a single. Guys, corrected. Yeah. Joshua Trump. Well, he was struggling before that boundary. He's now 6 of 9. Needed that strike. Taylor goes round the wicket now with the fielder back at deep square leg.
So required rate is 7.4. They're going better than 9. They're going at 9.73. So they need 93 to win from 75. That's a lot of balls. Into the onside. And in the end, a single to Joshua Trump. Melantha comes back onto strike.
You're right, but the point I was trying to make that at this stage, with the power play done and dusted, field can be spread out. Really, bowlers had the opportunity to tie the batters down and bowl some those dot balls to create that difference in run rate. But Milantha is doing it beautifully, and Joshua will gain confidence from that boundary earlier in the over. So this is a good phase if you have a partnership in place for the Knight Riders United.
Oh, pulled from a short ball from Stephen Taylor, and it's gone for a maximum. Big hit from Joshua Trump.
Wonderful ball striking, slightly shorter in length, but Joshua just waited for it. Stephen Taylor is perplexed. Have a look at that, how beautifully Joshua Trump waited for it. Wasn't a real long hop, but he just camped on that back foot and slightly deep in the crease and allowed the ball to turn. Then the bat swing came. That is a brilliant finish to the over once again. 8 done, 81 for 1.
Milantha is on 22. Joshua Trump is on 13, and that partnership has gone up to 30 so far. And for all our viewers, if you want to catch up back on what has happened during the course of the Atlanta Fires innings, we saw a big knock from Rajdeep Darbar, who got a half century. He got 54. And Obas Pinar towards the end, Shaw Faisal slammed 37 in quick time.
He did. Right now in the middle, this right-hand, left-hand combination has thrown away the bowling plans of Atlanta Fire. They couldn't get their main man, Sunny Patel, for more than 1 over because he was carted away by the left-hander. And then they brought in the off-spinner, which was taken good care of by the right-hander. This is a good combination there in the middle, and they've gone pace now.
So new bowler, we've seen Kevon Cooper, we've seen Taylor, we've seen Samadri, we've seen Sunny Patel. Bowler number 5 to be used here by the Atlanta Fire.
Mehdi ready? Well, Mehdi Reddy bowled a very good spell yesterday. He needs something similar or even better today. At current run rate is still hovering up above 9.5. This is good from Knight Riders United. Milantha is doing it so really well. He's not going at an express pace, but he's in the middle and he's making use of every ball now after the departure of Noman Anwar.
Yes, Shaw Faisal, you're wrong. You're right with that. I made the point that nothing is wrong with the chase. They're going over 9, required rate just about 7, so they're ahead of the game. They've only lost the wicket of Noman Anwar. Still lots of batting to come. And they need 86 from 70 balls. Just overrun a ball, which is not too difficult these days. In 2024, the age of so many T20 cricket matches.
Absolutely. Well, in the conditions here on this field, the pitch is more conducive to stroke play. We've seen big scores here as we watch right across our commentary box. Ricardo Powell, the coach of Atlanta Fire, just pacing around anxiously.
Yeah, when you look around the tournament this year, we've got 8 teams, quite representative of the minor league culture and landscape of this country. Atlanta Fire is here, they're on the minor league team. The Mustang Boys are here, they're on the minor league team. Somebody else doesn't come to my mind.
Houston Stars.
Yep.
There's a team from Seattle.
Seattle Thunderbolts.
So there's quite a good spread of the minor league squads here.
Ball into the offside, and Shaw Faisal, this tournament is placed at a very good time. This is what you consider from our part of the country, pre-season, getting into things. This is where the summer starts.
And the weather has been brilliant in terms of the temperatures. It's nice breeze. It's very comfortable for the players as well. The Texas heat that we think of hasn't hit us yet in this tournament. I'm for once not complaining. Monali was complaining about not having enough sun yesterday coming out of Canada, and this is a massive strike once again. Really had to get on top of the bounce to get a good connection, and Lahiru Milantha has done that.
Yeah, another short ball. I'm pretty sure that Ricardo Powell, during the post-analysis of what they have done wrong, will bluntly tell them they have bowled too short. And this is another short ball, dispatched with all the ease in the world from Milantha, 85 for 1.
Yeah, boundary and over should really keep this equation simple for the Knight Riders United, and they've been able to do that. And this was a good over up until this point. 4 deliveries, just the 2 singles, but then the boundary followed to ease the pressure.
So into the onside, the call of 2 from Milantha. Trump was quite satisfied with probably 1. Milantha wanted a couple of runs. In the end, they settled for 1. It's 86 for 1 at the end of 9. 80 to win from 66 balls.
Interesting throw of the dice from the Atlanta Fire captain, Sarabjit Singh Ladda. He is someone who will really put out some teasers for the batters. If you're brave enough, you can go after him and take him down, but he's not afraid of that. He's the impact sub.
Yeah, Shaw Faisal. I'm glad you mentioned a word that as a spinner when we were little boys, and first of all, to begin with, when you hold a cricket ball, you're 4 or 5 years of old, everybody wants to bowl a fast bowler. I'm yet to see a youngster 4 or 5 years old start out trying to spin the ball or trying to bowl slow. Ball cut away into the offside. Lovely shot. Has he found the gap? We'll wait and see. And it's running away towards the backward point area and hits the rope now. Cut away nicely for 4.
Yeah, that's boundary in the over that United are looking for. And it's come pretty early in the over. That should ease pressure for this over and put more pressure on Sarabjit Singh Ladda, who definitely is coming in to make a breakthrough. This is his job. He's an attacking option.
Yeah, just coming back when you mentioned the word afraid, when we were little kids and you wanted to bowl a spin bowler, one of the things that the coach tell you, don't be afraid to flight the ball.
Well, there was half a chance there. Very difficult for Henchard Hamilton. It went off the pad along the way. But Melantha was advancing and he got beaten in flight.
And I recall several years ago there was a tournament in New York called the Independence Cup, and tournament started I think on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so I could have only gone during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We were doing some commentary gigs there, and I heard Friday and Thursday that there is two-leg spinner who is lighting up the tournament. And those two-leg spinners, can you believe it, Shaw Faisal? They are Sarabjit Singh Lada and Sonny Patel playing on different teams. That's the first time I saw both of these men.
Both of them are on the same team today. I would have thought a slip would be required after seeing the spin on the previous delivery. Stephen Taylor has moved into the slips. That's a good call against the right-hander. Kind of turn and bounce Sarabjit Singh got on the previous delivery. It prompted Taylor to get the slip in.
Yeah, the reverse shot doesn't go too well here for Joshua.
Already trying to do something out of the ordinary, having seen the slip move in. Quiet word from Lahiru Melantha.
Oh, what a ball. What a ball from Lada. Too good to get a wicket. Too good to get the edge. 10 gone is 91 for 1. First over went pretty well, Shaw Faisal, giving away 7 runs. Still, you want to defend 7, 8 and over, but consider what the other bowlers have done. You'll probably take 7 runs from Madaredi in the previous over.
It's good sequence of deliveries there for Atlanta Fire, because Madaredi went for a boundary and in between Sarabjit went for 1 boundary. So out of the 12 deliveries, 2 boundaries were hit, but nothing much came outside of those 2 boundaries. So that's, and Sarabjit went for 4, add that 1 leg by to it, so 5 off the over. They need to string together more of these kind of overs. Wicket or 2 will also be handy.
So ball into the onside, and when you look, Shaw Faisal, Knight Riders United, that brand have won at this tournament before. If you recall, about 3 years ago, Knight Riders United, I think they used to go under another name, and that name doesn't come to my mind right away. But
Not on, right? 3.4.
Jesus Christ. Out. Out.
In the air and taken.
Oh.
Amila Ponso under the high ball. He's very, very safe fielder. And Mehdi Reddy once again doing the job for his side. Couple of quiet overs, built a little bit of pressure. And the set man, Lahiro Milanta, who was looking very calm, looking to guide the run chase, is now been dismissed. Atlanta Fire has made a strong comeback. Milanta played really well. He's gone for 33. Just got it slightly high on the bat. Into the wind as well, it must be said. And Amila Ponso took a wonderful catch. Nicely judged. Milanta gone. And Knight Riders United, 92 for 2. Okay. Big name batters keep coming in. Sushant Modani, another formidable batter. And Knight Riders United definitely need some sort of experience here, because so far they've navigated this run chase quite brilliantly. First Noman Anwar, then Lahiro Milanta. Joshua has played quite nicely. Strung the partnerships quite well. The first wicket partnership was good. The second was decent. They need to continue to build those small partnerships just to keep them in the hunt.
So Madani comes to the middle, still 73. Needed from 56 balls. Oh, this one peels off the edge. Luckily, luckily in T20 cricket, Shaw Faisal, not too many players or fielders in the accordion at times.
Yeah, absolutely. And Madani is also coming off of a very low score yesterday. So pressure's building. Another low score and the tournament would be gone for him before it started.
Yeah, I talked about groups of 4. You've got to win at least 2. If you win all 3, well, you've got a perfect tournament, at least from the league stage. If you're not winning 2 games, you're in trouble.
Such is the confidence, though. Madani didn't really care for his low score yesterday. Went right across and got himself off the mark with a couple of very cheeky runs. Not afraid to take chances these days, these batters.
So 11 gone, it's 95 for 2. So Lara will continue 94 for 2. Still 71 to win from 54. Shaw Faisal. Trump on strike. And Madani has just come to the crease.
Yeah, crucial phase of the game. Right arm leg spinner bowling. Two right-handers in his side now. Hangs the ball in the air. Sarabjit Singh Ladha. Trump is the key now. With well set. He'd like someone to hang around with him. Sushant Madani is very, very capable.
Comes back into strike. And Shah Faisal, you're beginning to see that the Knight Riders are falling slightly behind. And that is because we've seen a fall of wicket. We've seen a couple of tidy overs. And it's 95 for 2. Oh, that's a lovely execution of a switch hit. Only gets a single. Luckily, the man was in the circle there. Shah Faisal, 96 for 2.
You'd say that, Lenny, but look how loopy. It was a full toss. Couple of strides down the wicket and he could have hit it anywhere. But that premeditation came into play. Otherwise, it was a low full toss. If Madani was able to just advance down the wicket, he could have hit it over extra cover. Shouting is Stephen Taylor. Hamilton started to go, then stopped. Sarabjit Singh Ladha joined in late. It's blustery here. It's really blowing at the Prairie View Cricket Complex.
Yeah, play was held up for a minute or so because we had something that rolled across the pitch. Shah Faisal. It's one of those drum that rolls the matting up, and it was let loose and it rolled straight across the ground over there.
And it took two strong, fit athletes to pick it up and get it over the boundary again. They spent a lot of power doing that, but such was the strength of the breeze. It rolled almost into halfway between the boundary and the 30-yard circle.
Salada is bowling a quality over here so far. Only 3 runs off this over. Trying to go big. Madani beaten by a very good ball that had a lot of flight and a lot of turn.
Yeah, the beauty of that delivery was the flight. It hung in the air and it felt like it was never going to come down, and when it did, it landed short of where Madani was expecting it. This is the art of flight bowling, deceiving the batters in flight. The deception is really wonderful to see in this day and age where the spinners are darting it around. It never bores you when you see someone like Sarabjit Singh Ladha.
Oh, big appeal, and they're celebrating. He's gone. So Madani trying to go cheeky, and he's out caught behind. It's 97 for 3.
He's not happy with the decision, but he has no options. He had to walk back. This time the appeal was strong and unanimous. There was an instance earlier in the over where the fielders weren't sure. Taylor went up, Hamilton didn't, but on that occasion, have a look at that. How quickly all 3 of them, they start celebrating. There was a lot happening. Madani might have thought that his bat scratched the pitch, but the umpire thought that it got something along the way, and that decision will prevail. And Sarabjit Singh Ladha really deserved the wicket the way he's bowled. Knight Riders United now 97 for 3. Joshua Trump is on strike. And Funny Samadri.
Okay, Jay, also, Trump is on 17, so
Well, seems like it's Ali Shik is on strike.
Samadri.
Smashed away. Slightly short, but Trump is seeing them well. A much needed boundary really after a couple of quiet overs.
100 comes up.
100 has been brought up. 101 for 3. Funny Samadri just offering a little bit of length there, and with his pace, it's set up. Good boundary there.
So it's 101 for 3. Trump is on 21. Ali Sheikh has just come to the middle. And so it's a lovely shot to bring up the 100 Shaw Faisal. 65 needed now from 46.
Yeah, that required run rate has climbed up to 8.67. Would have been a lot higher before this boundary.
Oh, he's gone big into the onside, and that's gone all the way. Consecutive boundaries off the bat of Joshua Trump. This time he's gone big. He's gone for a maximum. It's 107 for 3.
Wow, those two blows really have brought the equation back in the favor of Knight Riders United. Atlanta Fire had built some pressure by dismissing Modani and Melantha pretty quickly. But Trump is really playing a very good knock, and this is the beauty of this run chase so far. Like I said, Noman Armour started it off. Melantha played his part, kept the chase going, and Joshua really gave him good company. But now with 2 quick wickets, Joshua is taking command and making a statement here.
So it's 107 for 3, 59 runs needed from 45 balls. Joshua Trump is on 27. Ali Sheikh has just come to the crease. He hasn't faced the ball yet. And a couple of big blows in this over Shaw Faisal. We've seen a 6, we've seen a 4. And it brings that equation down to even less. Well, just about run a ball, 59 to win. Oh, big appeal. Not out says the umpire. Might have been sliding down the leg side.
He did with his round arm angle around the wicket. Well, Funny had gone for 8 runs in his 2 overs, and he went for 10 in 2 deliveries.
And Shaw Faisal, you look at Fani Simhadri using to go around. There's something better when you come over the wicket, aren't you? Straight with stump.
Come back to it. Yeah, they say cricket is game of angles, and Funny Samadri, because he doesn't have express pace, he using all the angles, using the crease, using the release point, different heights on that, trying to fool the batters with that kind of variation and wizardry, because he cannot fall back on express pace.
So ball tucked into the onside, could be attempting a couple of runs. Pinar comes in quite quickly, and Trump goes up to 28. That completes the 13th over. It's 108 for 3. 58 to win from 42.
Let's go.
So Lada will continue. 2 overs, no main, 1 for 7. How good he's been, Shaw Faisal.
Excellent. But with that expensive over from Fani, once again pressure is back on Lada to produce again. A wicket will be handy. That too of Joshua Trump.
Oh, trying to go into the onside doesn't go too well. Always gonna be one of those risky shots, Faisal, with a lot of spin and turn here from Lada. And the fact is he's bowling wrist spin, so that gives it additional a bit of bounce.
He's giving it a good rip.
Oh, that's a lovely strike from Joshua Trump. Takes him up to 29 and brings the equation down to 57 to win from 40 balls. 109 for 3.
It'll be so tempting for the batters not to just advance down at Lada the way he hangs the ball in the air. You feel like Trump was thinking twice before he decided to stay back and wait for the ball to come. So the left-hander, better matchup there for the Knight Riders United against the right-arm leg spinner. Although Lada can bowl the wrong one, Taylor still in the slips.
So not a bad start to the 14th over. Oh, swept away into the hands and out of the fielder. The question is, has it gone upstairs? Yes, it has. Gone for 6.
Rajdeep Derbar, the man usually with the gloves on, has tipped it over the bar. There was the opportunity. There is not much between the two teams, and the margins can be very, very fine. And Derbar has let this one slip through his hands. Unlucky for Sarabjit Singh Ladda and Atlanta Fire. But Ali Sheikh took a gamble and he got away with it.
Yeah, lovely strike from Ali Sheikh. And you get the feeling that these boundaries is going to hurt Atlanta Fire. They're just about defending, just about 8 runs and over, Faisal. They need 51 from 39. But those boundaries will hurt them. We've seen a couple of good balls from Lada to start. But a very flat 6 helped by the fielder. That has really put some advantage here back to the Knight Riders United. Lada continues. Coming to bowl to Ali Sheikh, and Sheikh looking initially to probably go big. Makes a quick adjustment.
He was looking to get underneath it, but that ball kept coming at him. Good adjustment from Ali Sheikh at the last minute. Brought the bat down straight.
Going outside the off stump. Ball goes through to... is that Hanchard? Yeah, well, his brother's playing on the other pitch. I was wondering, he can't be 2 places at the same time.
Kind of the brothers they are. Henchard Hamilton is very quiet. And you can't keep Jamar Hamilton quiet for any length of time.
Big shot from Ali Sheikh into the deep, and it's gone over the head of the fielder. Couple of 6s in this over. Ali Sheikh goes up to 12.
Closed out the over. Oh, closed the over. Well, Sarabjit Singh Ladda, he will give you that opportunity as a batter to go big against him, but you'll have to take a chance. Ali took the gamble twice. Once he got lucky and once his execution was superb.
ये है problem.
121 for 3 after 14.
ये है
So Cooper comes into the attack one more time, Shaw Faisal. And I say one more time, might be the last time he has a chance to make an impact, having gone for 26 in just 2 overs. And here is where sometimes as a captain you go to the experience of of the likes of Kevin Cooper and bowlers who have played at the top level. And sometimes you want to forget what has happened in his initial first 2 overs. 45 to win from 36. He's been given the ball. Yeah, another short ball that has been a problem for him during the early part. Trump goes up to 30. Ali Shik is on 12. It's 122 for 3.
It's a good partnership. I said Ali Sheikh, just 4 deliveries, but 2 sixes really has eased the pressure off of Trump. Not that he was in any kind of rush. He was already pacing his innings beautifully, Joshua Trump. But then those 2 sixes definitely would have made him realize that he's the one who needed to stay there.
And Shaw Faisal, you look at Ali Sheikh, he's always looking to score big. He backs himself, and nothing is wrong with that. He's not a top order batsman. And I've seen a lot of time when Ali Sheikh comes in, it's just a few balls remaining or a few overs remaining. And so you've got to have that skill to play that role. He's done that quite effectively.
Yeah, this is a very thankless kind of role in the middle order in T20 games, because either you come in where your team is struggling. As we watch this one in the air, will it carry through? Not quite. A couple of runs, and like you mentioned, on other occasions you only come in when there's only a few deliveries left. It's a very difficult role, and the probability of failing is more than the probability of succeeding in that role, because it's a very selfless kind of role.
So this over's gone well for Kevin Cooper. 3 singles from 3 balls. Ali Sheikh, we were talking about how quick he was to score, and that has been pulled away through the onside, gone away for 4.
Yeah, Kevin Cooper has consistently been short. He doesn't have that kind of pace anymore, and the batter's really sitting deep. Ali just clearing that front leg. Although didn't have a lot of room to free those arms, but still able to generate enough power. Just lands just inside the fence.
So 38 to win from 32. Asking just over 7 runs and over. They're going at 8.7, so they're really striking at a better rate than what is required. Again, pulled into the onside. And they pick up a single. So 129, 37 needed.
Yeah, really good run chase. Very good template for a run chase as well. Because despite the loss of wickets, they've been able to string together partnerships. This could be a big one, but nothing's as big, but still they're able to keep the scoreboard going. Kevin Cooper with a slightly slow delivery.
Yeah, turns out to be a good over here for Kevin Cooper. Only 8 of it, but it's what is required. 15 gone. It's 129 for 3.
You're talking about those partnerships. Look, 41, 42, nothing between Sushant and Joshua, but immediately after that, 32 of 17, these two, they've really made sure that the run chase stays on track. Over the years, the run chases that are derailed, they are affected by consistent loss of wickets or loss of wickets in clumps. And Knight Riders United have made sure it doesn't happen this time around. Not up until this time.
So Sonny Patel comes back into the bowling attack.
A hat-trick would do very nicely today.
Yeah, he gave up 13 off his first over. Can't afford that now. And so they're here to defend 37 from the last 30 balls.
What's the odds of somebody getting hat-tricks on consecutive days? I don't think Atlanta Fire will be complaining, but that required run rate, which went up above 9.5 just for a brief moment, has been brought back thanks to those belligerent strikes by Ali.
Oh, cut away. That's a lovely shot. Fielder has a lot of work to do. Can't get there on time. The ball wins. And a slashing 4 off the bat of Ali Sheikh.
This is a gem of a knock from Ali Shik. 22 of just 18. Sunny Patel will offer you the pace, but look at the footwork and look at the fast hands through the ball. Sweeper was only 10 or so yards away, couldn't come around. This is great batting from the youngster.
So he's gone quickly up to 22 from just 8 balls. And now a wide here from Sunny Patel. Is that what pressure does to you?
Even to the best, even to the most experienced.
So 32 to win from 29. Ball punched away into the offside. And hands the strike over to Joshua Trump. Trump has played a good hand, Shaw Faisal. At 38-run partnership, he's up on 31.
Yeah, very good knock. Very mature. This is... Whenever we talk about USA cricket, one aspect that we haven't talked about so far is the emergence of so many young players. They're raising their hand, they're staking a claim. Obviously, Trump brothers are a couple of them as well, as this boundary will really take him closer to that target. Another calculated risk, premeditated, but he got away with it. Boundaries continue to flow here at the Prairie View Cricket Complex.
Yeah, it's a wonderful shot. It just goes to show the versatility of the player. Look at this. Just you're scooping a leg spinner, ball coming in from the leg stump. Good timing, good execution. And Trump has really batted well. Just made that point. He's up to 35 and brings the equation down to 27 from 27.
Oh, the finger's gone up. Henchard Hamilton was the one appealing furiously. Didn't see much from Sunny Patel. But the finger's gone up and Joshua Trump trudges off very, very dejectedly.
So another wicket falls. It's 139 for 4. Trump is gone. Well played, 35, 27 to win from 26.
He's looking for that big switch hit. Our angles are not accurate enough to identify where was the impact, where was it heading. But you could tell that the appeal was ferocious from Henchard Hamilton, and the umpire raised the finger. Atlanta Fire will have a chance to regroup. It can't come any closer. You have to come closer.
So new man in is Matthew Trump. And he joins Ali Shik on 23. It's 139 for 4. 27 to win from 26.
Bring it when you're done.
And we come down to the last 26 balls. 27 to win. And here is Sunny Patel to Matthew Trump. And Trump into the offside, looking for runs. Can't beat the man. Close to the ring. And that brings the equation down to 27 to win from 25. We've seen a very good over here from Sunny Patel while he's given up 10. He's picked up the wicket of Matthew Trump. So Sunny Patel, 27 runs needed. Oh, driven firmly into the offside. Could be looking for a couple of runs. Ali Shik is fast. He comes back. And a diving skid home from Matthew Trump. 16 gone. It's 141 for 4. 141 for 4. They need 25 to win from 24 balls. So 141 for 4, 25 needed from 24 balls. Matt already comes back into the attack. Let's see what he's done. 2 overs, no made, 1 for 11. Picked up the wicket of Milanta. Oh, he starts with a slower ball, smashed out of the park and gone straight into the brushes. And that's a massive 6 for Ali Shik. 147 for 4. Yeah, super strike here from Ali Shik. Campbell too short to Ali Shik. And so 19 runs needed from 23 ball. It all comes down to 19 to win from 23. So 147 for 4. And while there's a break in the action, I'll just run through some of the scores so far. Noman Anwar, he made 34. Milanta got 33. Joshua Trump, 35. Modani 3. Ali Sheikh is not out on 29. And Matthew Thrum, he's not out on 2. 147 for 4. 19 to win from 23 balls. We come down to what could be a second win of the tournament to the Knight Riders United. So here is Maddy Reddy. Ball driven firmly back to Maddy Reddy, in the air for a little bit, but well away from Maddy Reddy. And so the equation comes down to 18 to win from 22 balls. So Matthew Trump. And Maddy Reddy's gone for 7 in a couple of balls. Single. That'll bring the equation down even closer here to the to the Knight Riders United. It'll be the second win of the tournament, Shaw Faisal. And we talked about a couple of wins in 4 teams group. Means that you're onto something positive.
Absolutely, an Atlanta par. 1 win, 1 loss.
So the appeal is going up again on Chart Hamilton and the boys. Is that a distraction at times to let the umpire take his mind off signaling a wide?
Well, if that was the case on that delivery, they gotten away with it. Henchard Hamilton has decided he's going to ask for everything. And now he's convinced some of his teammates as well. Let's just go up for everything.
So Maddy ready. Oh, full toss to Ali Sheikh. And he's driving straight down the ground. And that's gone for another maximum.
It's a really player of the match sort of performance from Ali Sheikh. Ever since he's come in, he's lost Joshua Trump, but he isn't stopping. Look at that big 6. Huge wind up and a solid connection.
Yeah, Ali Sheikh goes up to 36 in quick time. It's 155 for 4, 11 to win from 19 balls. And this over from Maddy Reddy has gone so far for 14, Shaw Faisal. It could be the writing on the wall.
Yeah, well, the end is in sight, it may seem, because a couple of big blows and everything will be taken care of. Is there a ball hunt going on at the
So
moment?
while there's a break in the action, Shaw Faisal, tomorrow will be day number 3. We've got an early morning game for the Atlanta Fire. They'll take on Samparmi. Samparmi is seemingly out of this competition, having lost twice already. So a chance for Atlanta Fire to get it right tomorrow. But you never know, Sam can come back with a win. And also also at the same time, simultaneously, 9:45 p.m. a.m. will be the Houston Stars. They'll come up against the Thunderbolt. And the evening game, we'll see Knight Riders will play Clarion Eagles. And then in the afternoon also it will be the Mustang versus the Raiders. So
Yeah, that Eagles game is also crucial because Eagles have lost one game. And Knight Riders, if they win today, they would have won 2 games, so their qualification will be sealed. We may end up with 3 teams winning 2 games.
oh, flicked away. That's a good looking shot from Ali Shik. And when he's not hitting them straight down the ground, he scores behind the wicket, and that has gone away for 4.
And the way you talk about tomorrow's games, net run rates could be key as well. And Riders United, they're doing it in a hurry. Probably they, by virtue of winning 2 games, will guarantee qualification pretty much. But by doing it so early, it may be a dent to Atlanta Fire's net run rate as well.
Well, the other thing, Shaw Faisal, I meant to ask you about the playing conditions and the format. I know there are 2 groups of 4, that's we know. But are we gonna take 2 teams out of the group, or are we gonna put everybody on the table and select the best 4 teams? I mean,
As far as I know, it's a round robin, so 2 top teams. So the top team from one group play the runner-up of the other group. But in terms of qualification, obviously number of points is the first criteria, net run rate, and you hope it doesn't get any complicated than that, because net run rate up to 3 degrees is that the qualification criteria if the points are even.
so Fani Samadri lost last throw of the dice. Shaw Faisal 7 to win from 18 balls.
It's pretty much gone, you would feel, from Atlanta Fire's grasp. It's just how delay they can make it do for the Knight Riders United to push up with that run rate. Ali Sheikh on 40.
From just 14 balls,
Wow.
he may have taken this game away from Atlanta Fire. And he's not done yet. He's really come in and play with free flowing ability. We talked about knowing his role. And he's come in here and he's really swashbuckling himself to 40 so far. And from the way things are looking here, it's 160 for 4. Leading edge over the bowler's head. And it doesn't matter. They need 5 runs from 16 balls.
Yeah, Fani Samadri is trying his best to make it as hard as he can for these batters. Like I said, net run rate will be an equation. So one big blow can seal it here for the Knight Riders United.
So along the ground, and Matthew picks up 1, allows Ali Sheikh. And when you talked about one blow could end it, did you mean Ali Sheikh?
Well, I meant even Trump as well, but he decided to hand it to the man who fittingly will deserve to hit the winning runs. The kind of knock he's played, an absolute game changer.
Oh, flicked away, and that will go away for 4. So that will end this contest. And it comes off the bat of Ali Sheikh. He gets up to 45, not out. It's 166.
This is done. That's 17.5.
The Knight Riders United have won by 6 wickets, and it's all done and dusted. Shaw Faisal.
Fittingly, very fittingly, Ali Sheikh hits the winning runs. Fani Samadri with his quick yorker but misdirected. But Knight Riders United have got their 2nd victory of the tournament, and they're sitting top after day 2 of Houston Open 2025. This was a clinical run chase. Started off by the belligerence of Noman Anwar, who got 37 of 17, got them off to a flyer. Lahiru Melantha kept a cool and calm head, guided through Joshua Trump with a little partnership. And then Ali Sheikh came. Ali Sheikh really played the pivotal knock.
In the morning.
Atlanta Fire bowling, they went for plenty. Kevin Cooper went around the park. 39 of his 3 overs. Wickets came for Funny Samadri, once again ever reliable. 2 for 26 for him. A wicket apiece for Sunny Patel and Mehdi Reddy. But at no stage they could put consistent pressure from both ends to challenge Knight Rider United's batters. And that is the reason they got over the line in 17.5 overs. That pretty much sums up the action here at the Prairie View Cricket Complex for Day 2 of Houston Open 2025. It was a great entertainment all through the day. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. We look forward to your company tomorrow when we'll be bringing the final day of the group stage. Look forward to see you then. For now, it's good night from Prairie View Cricket Complex.